people are going to be drawing the parallels and making the comparisons, and I think it's interesting because I wasn't so conscious of them at the time, and now that I see them, it's fascinating to me.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 behind-the-scenes secrets about you.
Murder has a way of following you.
For this list, we'll be looking at little-known details and fun tidbits about You, the TV show that is, not you the viewer. Keep in mind that some of these secrets contain spoilers. Do you have any secrets to share about You? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. They say the title how many times?
Well, hello there. Who are you?
Considering that the title of this show is a common pronoun, it makes sense that it would come up more than once.
Is that true?
Exactly how many times do they say the word you throughout the first 2 seasons, though? The official Instagram account for Netflix Australia and New Zealand ran the numbers, so we didn't have to. The total was a staggering 3,857 times. Apparently, the pilot contains the most uses of the word you. Netflix's YouTube account even released a compilation video that racked up 241 views.
You got
the wrong guy.
The word is reportedly more prominent in Season 2 than Season 1. No matter which season you're watching, though, we wouldn't recommend taking a shot every time that somebody says the title.
I'm nothing like you.
I know you.
Number 9. When Joe Met You. You is a psychological thriller, but in Joe Goldberg's demented mind, it's a love story.
I want to come in, I do. But I'm gonna make us wait. You're worth waiting for. Besides, right now, I have something rather pressing to deal with.
So naturally, Joe views his heinous actions through the rosy lenses of a romantic comedy. The series even makes a few direct references to the rom-com classic When Harry Met Sally. As Peach and Raj get intimate in Season 1, Joe makes a sarcastic remark about Harry and Sally while hiding under the bed.
Oh my. I bet Harry never had to do this for Sally.
The following season, Joe quotes the immortal words of Nora Ephron, who scored an Oscar nomination for writing When Harry Met Sally.
Nora Ephron once wrote, "Men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way."
On one hand, we find it odd that Joe has such a vast knowledge of rom-coms. Then again, people who base their expectations for romance on movies usually have the most twisted perceptions.
It's just who I am.
Number 8. Safety first on the subway.
Could it really be? It feels like I'm dreaming.
In the first episode, Joe and Beck's relationship takes another step forward after the latter stumbles onto the train tracks. Fortunately, Joe pulls her up before the train zooms by. We might call this a romantic moment if Joe wasn't stalking Beck and she didn't subsequently vomit on him. Although the scene is only about 3 minutes long, actors Penn Badgley and Elizabeth Lail spent 8 hours preparing. New York City won't just let anybody jump onto the notoriously chaotic subway tracks. The 2 cast members had to take a lengthy safety course before shooting.
Didn't you guys have to sit through an 8
8
hour?
hours.
I took an 8-hour course.
Really?
Yeah, we both did.
To go on the
To
track.
be on those tracks.
Yeah.
Don't really just throw actors on train tracks.
No, not at all.
Good.
No.
Badgley claims that they got certified to go on the tracks for a year and a half. We guess those cards would be expired by now. Number 7. 40 and Love's names. Twin siblings Love and 40 both have unconventional names.
Will doesn't mind. Do you, old sport?
When you put them together, though, a layered meaning is unearthed. 40 Love is a tennis term, which is slyly referenced in an episode where the brother and sister play a game.
Yeah. I get it.
This suggests that tennis is a popular sport in their wealthy family, but the symbolism runs much deeper than that. In tennis, love represents the score 0, which both players naturally start with. 1 point equals 15 points, 2 equals 30, and 3 equals 40.
Good game. Yeah. Write a script.
Although Quinn family patriarch Ray has always mistreated 40, it becomes clear that matriarch Dottie has far more affection for her son than her daughter. So, it only makes sense that 40's name would stand for a higher score.
Earth, mommy dearest. Oh, love.
Number 6. Paco and Ellie weren't in the books. The first season of You is based on Caroline Kepnes's 2014 novel of the same name. Season 2 draws inspiration from Kepnes's 2016 follow-up, Hidden Bodies. As is the case with any adaptation, the showrunners made several changes, even introducing a couple of new characters.
You sure, Joe?
All for one and one for all.
In Season 1, Joe encounters his young neighbor Paco, played by Luca Padovan. Seeing much of himself in Paco, Joe looks out for the neglected and mistreated boy.
Cool. Thank you.
Have a good night, Pop. If you want it, it's here.
The practically 16-year-old Ellie, played by Jenna Ortega, possesses a similar role in Season 2.
She needs someone right now, no matter how cool she's acting. Candace can wait till tomorrow.
You got any popcorn?
Of course I do. Not an animal.
Although neither character was in the books, they not only provide a younger perspective, but also add some humanity to the deeply disturbed protagonist. Of course, Ellie in particular probably would have been better off if she never met Joe.
My sister.
He's flawed.
Number 5. Can You Ever Forgive Me? Mooney's bookstore is one of the most prominent locations throughout the show's first season. If you're a bookworm living in Manhattan, you have recognized it. These scenes were shot at Logos Bookstore, which you'll find in Yorkville. Even if you're not a New Yorker, Mooney's might seem familiar. The same year that You premiered, the bookstore also popped up in the Oscar-nominated Can You Ever Forgive Me starring Melissa McCarthy. Ironically, both of these projects center on literary experts who commit crimes, although Lee Israel's weren't nearly as dire as Joe's.
Yeah, what can I say? I went a little crazy. You're welcome to join if you like.
Be sure to pick up a book the next time you're in the neighborhood, but don't bother asking to see the plexiglass book vault in the basement. We're pretty sure they don't have one.
What did I say?
I'm sorry.
I told you not to come down here.
I just wanted to grab a book.
Don't be an idiot. Why would you do that? Why?
Number 4. A very different ending.
I will figure out a way to get to you. See you soon, neighbor.
Some of the most notable changes to the source material come towards Season 2's conclusion. Joe isn't the only master of manipulation with blood on his hands. Love murders Candace, Delilah, and Forty's au pair, all while pulling the strings in her relationship with Joe.
We're soulmates, Joe.
Badgley learned about Love's killer twist not long after reading with Victoria Pedretti at her audition. What made this especially surprising is that Love wasn't revealed to be a murderer in Hidden Bodies.
You know why this is happening? Because while I was seeing you, really seeing you, you were busy gazing at a goddamn fantasy.
Rather, Joe kills Delilah in the book, but Love accepts him nonetheless. Joe also drowns Forty to death in the desert, which he manages to keep secret from Love. On top of all that, the novel ends with Joe in jail, confident Quinn's family will get him off. Number 3. Netflix saves another canceled show.
Give me your hand.
Although You found much of its audience on Netflix, the first season originally aired on Lifetime. You not only went straight to series, but Lifetime ordered a second season before the pilot even premiered. Lifetime pulled out of Season 2, however, when You only attracted about 650,000 viewers per episode.
No.
You know what they say. When cable closes the door, Netflix opens a window. Within its first 4 weeks on the streaming service, Netflix estimated that You had been viewed in more than 40 million households.
It's funny how fate works. I had no idea that the cage I was building all this time was a trap for me.
With the show also blowing up social media, Netflix leaped at the chance to renew You for a second and third season. It's just another example of how Netflix can turn a show from niche into a phenomenon.
I need to figure out a way to see this through, whatever it is. With you.
Number 2. Candace's surprise return. As despicable as Joe is on the show, his literary counterpart is even more monstrous.
Sucks to have someone pretend to be you, doesn't it, Joe?
Just as Joe is responsible for Delilah's death in the books, he also drowns Candace at the beach when she attempts to dump him. The season 1 finale deviates from the source material, revealing that Candace is alive and has a bone to pick with Joe.
Candace. Here.
Alive. Yeah. So, I think we have some unfinished business to talk about.
Even after Joe relocates to Los Angeles in the second season, Candace continues to pursue him under the alias of Amy. Originally, the showrunners planned to stick to the books and not have Candace return.
It can't be. Am I hallucinating? This is her hand. This is real. Candace is here.
Will Bettelheim? What a great name! Almost sounds made up.
According to Sarah Gamble, fellow co-developer Greg Berlanti suggested about 5 episodes in that the, quote, other women in Joe's life should come back, making for a killer cliffhanger.
Hi, I'm Amy.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Penn Badgley almost rejected the lead role. Joe Goldberg has arguably evolved into Penn Badgley's most recognizable character, even surpassing Dan Humphrey on Gossip Girl. Badgley nearly passed on you for a few reasons, however.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
Aside from having reservations about doing another TV show, Badgley simply didn't like Joe Goldberg. He was torn about playing a character who views himself as a romantic when in reality, Joe is a murderous sociopath. He also noticed a few glaring similarities between Joe and Dan.
You really go out with some guy you don't know?
Well, you can't be worse than the guys I do know.
Badgley had a change of tune after talking with Greg Berlanti and Sarah Gamble, though. While Badgley knew that he would always be conflicted about the character, he found that would make him an appropriate choice to play Joe. Badgley is perhaps the last person who will defend Joe's actions, though.
If you believe that I'm capable of something like that.
No, that's the thing. I don't. I know in my heart that is not you. That can never be you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.